everybody, welcome to my YouTube channel. Today I did want to get into some things that I did touch on in the last video, but I do have obviously more to say. I'm here to talk, probably for another hour. Okay, so I'm gonna talk at the same time as putting this mask on. This is a rice mask that I made, and I put my tutorial on my TikTok page. My TikTok is, you can either search up acne on Wonderland or you can search up Soul Snatcher Alice. I should pop up. I should be there. But yeah, I'm gonna get into putting this mask on. I really wish I invested today in a scooper to take my mask off, but you know what? You can't win every battle. So I just got this package of utensils from my dinner tonight. So I'm gonna use the spoon. It's clean. It's whatever. I'm gonna put Power 28 spray on it. I don't know. Does it disinfect? I don't know. Don't ask me. It smells like chlorine. Gonna wait for it to dry now. Okay, so I wanted to talk about how my acne has progressed to this level. And in all reality, I talked about this in my last live. It's because I trusted way too many different people with my skin. And it honestly broke down the trust that not only I have in other people, but the trust that I have in myself. And at the end of the day, if you don't trust yourself, that is something that you need to work on. It's something that I'm still working on, and that's why I feel kind of entitled to say that, because I found when I trust myself more in the things that I'm doing, and I tell myself, like, this is the best option for you at the end of the day, like, I know my acne is not healed, it's not gone by any means. I did just ice my face on my live. Oh, somebody made the rice mask today and they're gonna try it. I'm so happy. This is the consistency that it should look like. It should basically look like rice pudding. But yeah, I'm gonna put that on my face now. I'm gonna get straight into it. I'm gonna do the rice mask first, and then after 30 minutes go by with the rice mask on my face. Honestly, and the other thing about masking, at the end of the day, it's in the name, babe. I'm masking my face. Like, I'm literally covering it. Covering it with good ingredients, natural ingredients that I make, that I know, that I control. I mean, I don't make the rice, but, you know, it has good benefits, and I know that it does. But yeah, I was using a lot of benzoyl peroxide, I was using salicylic acid, I was using it all. So many people, like, literally, people were just in my live today and telling me, like, I'm gonna look over here, because over here, it's inverted, and I'm like, I'm touching here, and I think I'm touching here. I don't know. Anyway, but a lot of people will make the comment, like, you know, face wash is a thing. And I know if you're struggling with acne, you know those types of people. And half the time they're saying that, I feel like they're trying to be funny. Like, you're trying to be funny right now. Like, you think this is funny to me? Like, you think that I'm gonna laugh with you, babe? No, I don't think you're funny. You're not a comedian. But I genuinely enjoy making my own products and doing my own thing. I've felt that it helps me. It makes me more confident in trusting myself, because if you don't trust yourself, that's where you're going wrong, number one. And when I first started struggling with acne, that was probably the hardest thing to do because I thought that the reason I had acne was it was my fault. I was like, yep, this is what you get for not taking care of yourself. Like, so I've said it all to myself the same way those people are saying, like, face wash exists. Like, I've said it to myself. I'm like, oh, but that doesn't help. Like, being mean to yourself doesn't help. And I was talking to a lot of people, and it's not only like acne is not like the only thing in your life. Like, yeah, it feels like it sometimes, but then it also, like, you could be going through so many different things. Like, at the same time, when my acne was sort of getting under control, my cat passed away. RIP, and like that was like really hard for me to deal with, and it showed in my skin because, like, how are you going to sit there and make a rice mask when you're like crying yourself to sleep basically because you feel like that was your fault too? It's a lot of blame, it's a lot of guilt also. And growing up, I had like a pretty tough life. I'm not going to say my life was super easy. I'm not going to say that I had the worst life growing up, but like I never truly felt like guilt the way that I do in my early 20s. Like, it's kind of sick and not in a good way. It's really sad. But I'm trying to grow out of it. I'm really trying to be nicer to myself. Like, nobody deserves to sit there and feel like everything bad happening in their life they deserve and it's their fault. And most of the time that I have felt that way, it's because I've been around people that don't really comfort me. And I was also talking about this, like, you really need to surround yourself by people that have your best interests at heart and don't mind letting you have a bad day. Some people will make you feel bad for having a bad day, and those are the people you need to snip, 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 snip out of your life. Okay? So, that's just like something I wanted to touch on because I also talked about that a lot in my first video about, like, how I felt guilty, how I felt it was my fault, how it was hard to manage my emotions. But I did get this question on my TikTok about how you resist putting makeup on. And the main reason is because, like, I want to show people real skin, like real bad skin. Like, I'm not saying my skin's the best, but it's honestly something that, like I've said, I'm struggling with. I'm trying to be better, like, at accepting. And if I sit there and cover up my face every day, at the end of the day, I have to take the makeup off. At the end of the day, like, I am going to still see that end result, and it probably ends up getting worse. I do indulge sometimes. I do put on makeup. Some days where I'm feeling really, really bad about my skin, like about 5 days ago, and I had work and I work at Sephora, I put makeup on. And I was like, you know what? This is going to help me just get through the day. And I did it. And there was a lot of people commenting also that were like, oh, your makeup is going to clog your pores more and you're going to get so much more acne because you put on makeup. And my face is basically covered in pimples already, so if I risk getting 2 or 3 more pimples just to, like, get through the day without feeling super duper insecure, I'm the one that has to, like, go through it, not you. And I know sometimes people say those things and they're trying to be helpful, but, like, you're not being helpful by trying to make somebody even more self-conscious than they already are. That's not being helpful, babe. Like, come on. And for me, it's definitely something where I wish I could do it more. I wish that I could just sit there and, like, not, like, be, like, too hard on myself. Because another thing about makeup is that I've always told myself, I'm like, especially when I first started working out, I'm like, oh, it looks better. It would look better if I had clear skin. Like, my makeup, it doesn't look as good Like, even though you can't see the redness, you can still see the texture, and like it's not helping me, you know, like it's still making me pretty insecure. Sorry. I'm gonna set my timer now. Oh no. Okay, we'll do that one. But yeah, and I just really hope that makeup, like, if makeup's the reason why you feel confident to go out every day, that's okay. That's totally fine. But it's also something that at the end of the day you have to accept yourself for what you're going through, and you have to love yourself through every stage. And that's what I've learned even more through having acne. Like, growing up, I got bullied a lot for being skinny. I got bullied so much. Like, oh, you're so skinny, you're flat chested, you're flat butt. Like, and to this day, they just roll off my back. Probably because I have a fucking flat butt. But at the end of the day, like, it rolls off. It rolls off of me because I got used to it so much. Getting acne, I wasn't used to that. So I had to get more used to it, and getting more used to it wouldn't help if I was constantly covering it up. And that doesn't mean that I never want to do makeup and I think girls that wear makeup are fake and da 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 da. Like, no, like if you do makeup and you do makeup because you love it, like that's amazing. Like, even if you do makeup to get yourself through the day, that's amazing too. Like, I've done that before. You know, like that's what makeup is there for. It's there to make you feel better. It's there to make you confident. But it shouldn't be a crutch in a way. Like, it shouldn't, like, you shouldn't only feel beautiful when you're wearing makeup. And that's something where when I was struggling with acne, like I would sort of only feel pretty if I was wearing makeup, and then I would take my makeup off at the end of the day, and I would sort of like just break down and feel so sad. You know, it's okay to feel bad for yourself, but it's like, it's not like gonna help you more, if that makes sense. So it's just something that you have to go with, and you have to have bad days also. Every day is not going to be sunshine and rainbows. Like, literally, it was just raining this past weekend. You know what I mean? Like, the rainbow will come, but you have to endure the storm. Like, I'm so poetic. Somebody made a comment. I work in customer service, and everyday customers give me, and I smell like, no, literally, I'm so glad that hasn't happened to me at Sephora. I feel like I would just look at them in the face and I'd be like, thank you. No, thank you. Thank you. Like, I'm very passive. I am not like, I'm not a person that's very, not that I'm not direct, but I'm not, what's that word? I'm not, I guess, like, aggressive. Like, I'm not like there you go. Like, I'm not confrontational. I'm not gonna sit there and like confront you about how you made me feel. Like, I'll feel how I feel, but it's kind of like people like that like want a reaction. They're waiting for it. They're like, yeah, I bet you're a bitter person. Like, I'm not a bitter person. If acne did make me a little bit bitter, a little bit petty, it made me see the world differently. It made me see people differently, definitely, because I didn't always have acne. So then once I got it, I saw the different ways people treated me. I've seen both sides of the coin where, you know, people like see you like with clear skin, and I'm skinny, so it must seem like I only eat vegetables every day and I have my green juice every day, and I had clear skin, so it must be like I'm doing like Pilates and yoga and freaking like running a mile every week. Like, girl, like, no, that was never me. It's still not me. I can't pretend. And that's another thing that makes it toxic on social media. Like, so many people are like shoving down like 10-step skincare routines and all these like different supplements and different and if they work for those people, that's great. But you should never make people feel like, oh, well, the reason why you don't have perfect skin is because you're not taking X, Y, and B supplement, and you're not drinking X, Y, and B tea, and you're not doing this diet. Okay. And I just did my food sensitivity report, which goes hand in hand with what I wanted to talk about today, because my food sensitivity report is something that I told everybody that I would get more into on my YouTube. And disclaimer, this is my food sensitivity report. Some people say it's a scam, and if it's a scam, babe, I'm scammed. I've been scammed basically this whole year by specialists, doctors, all that. So if I'm scammed, I'm scammed. Whatever. But this is a disclaimer saying, oh no, there's a mosquito. There's a disclaimer for me to say, this test is personalized to me. I'm not saying that if you eat these things, they're inflaming you, or for you to avoid them. I'm just saying these are things that I got tested for. I didn't rip, but I got 10 pieces of hair out of my head, and I sent them into this little lab. They did whatever test that they do. They tested me, and these are all, let me lower my brightness. These are all the foods that I can eat. These are foods that I'm mildly sensitive to, that cause mild inflammation. And these are foods that will cause like major inflammation in my body. And it's the major inflammation ones aren't even that big of a list, in all honesty. It's not. It starts there, ends there, you know? And I'll get into the things that I can eat right now, but one of the things that I'm gonna get straight into the things that I can eat. But another disclaimer for the people on live, this is a test for me. It's personalized to me. I'm not saying that if you guys eat these things, then your food and your life is going to change and be amazing and all that. This is for me, not for anybody else. So here we go. Cereals and grains that I can eat. These are neutral food and drinks. Spelt, I don't know what that is. I don't think I've ever eaten that, but with gluten. So basically I can have gluten, but that form of gluten from that form of grain or cereal. Potato flour, rye with gluten, polenta without gluten, wheat, brown wheat with gluten, wheat bulgur with gluten, wild rice without gluten, kamu, I don't know. Most of these things I don't even know. I'm like, I don't even know. But some things I've seen, I'm like, oh, I can eat that. Like somebody, like I've seen like almost thousands of posts that are like, oh, don't eat this, and like that's why you're inflamed, and that's why this and that, and all that. So I'm like, okay. I trust more so things that are personalized to me, tested for me, than sitting there trying to align my diet with somebody who also has acne. Just because we have acne doesn't mean we're the same, doesn't mean our acnes are the same, doesn't mean our inflammation is the same. It doesn't mean that. So, sorry. White wheat with gluten, almond flour, oat flour, corn flour, arrowroot flour, white rice, barley, and teff flour. I don't know what that is. Okay, so that's for cereal and grains. And it's a lot of things that I can eat with gluten, and it's a lot of things without gluten, but it's mainly like I can't have like a flour tortilla, but I can have a corn tortilla. So, you know what I mean? Like, it's different. And some people are like, oh, stay away from corn. Corn's bad for you. And it's like, okay, but at the end of the day, it's not going to kill me. And if it doesn't cause inflammation in my body, then that doesn't make sense for me to just avoid it altogether and then feel miserable when I do eat it, if I accidentally eat it, or if, you know, I happen to eat it. Like, because that happens sometimes. Like, you'll eat something because it's probably the only option, and then you'll sit there feeling bad about yourself, feeling guilty, like, oh, I wish I didn't eat that. Like, oh, I wish I had another option, this and this and that. Like, yeah, of course, it's amazing if you can sit there and eat all anti-inflammatory foods and everything that's just amazing and all that. But that's not realistic. It's not realistic. And if you want to be realistic with yourself, that's where the most growth happens, because not being able to be realistic with yourself and be hard on yourself all the time is not going to help the constant state of stress that you will become to be in. So that's for cereal and grains. Milk, dairy, and milks. This was interesting for me because I was like, oh, really? Oh, really? I could eat that? And people are sitting here being like, oh, no, don't eat that. And if you eat that, that's the reason why you have acne. And basically, you deserve it if you're eating that. Calm down. Calm down. Okay? Okay, so dairy and milks. Um, Buffalo cheese. So I guess like milk from a buffalo that makes cheese, but like mozzarella. Cheddar cheese. I can have cheddar cheese. I can have cheddar cheese, okay? Um, Manchego cheese. Per Pecorino Romano cheese. Feta, goat, and sheep cheese. I actually love feta cheese. Feta cheese is like one of my favorite things. Oh my god, if this mosquito bites me, I think I'll start crying. I'm honestly not gonna read the things that I wouldn't even eat in like regular life. I'm gonna read the things that I would either use as an alternative or that I would eat. So pepper jack cheese, Greek yogurt. So all those people commenting under the Chobani Greek yogurt that I was enjoying, because I wake up at 5 or 6 o'clock in the morning and I'm not gonna have a 3 egg breakfast. And I do eat Greek yogurt in the morning sometimes when I'm in a rush and I have to go to work. Don't make me feel guilty. If you feel guilty while you eat it, that's not my fault. But don't do that to me. Ricotta cheese, sheep milk, kefir, buttermilk, goat yogurt, Gruyere cheese. It says I can have lactose, so just says lactose, so I don't think I'm just gonna be eating lactose. Butter, love butter. I don't even know what that is. Brie cheese, Monterey Jack cheese, paneer cheese, goat milk, heavy whipping cream, Parmesan cheese, cottage cheese, Camembert cheese, provolone cheese, Gouda cheese. Okay, dairy alternatives that I can have: soya milk, almond milk, coconut yogurt, coconut milk, almond yogurt, soya yogurt, and rice milk. These are drinks that I can have. I can have black coffee, whiskey, rum, 21 and over, port, champagne, beer, sambuca, vodka, gin, sake, coconut water. Fish and seafood that I can have: crab, anchovies, John Dory, mahi mahi, pilchard, sole, tilapia, crayfish, brown trout, lobster, black bass, red snapper, mackerel, rainbow trout, red bass, oysters, shrimp, sardines, clams, tuna, haddock, squid, skate, sea bass, perch, flounder, blue mussels, and scallops. And on that list, it doesn't say salmon, but I still eat salmon because it's not in any of the others. I only got tested for 350 foods. You could get tested for more, but it's more expensive. So I got like the base level, and this test was $60. I do have an Amazon storefront, but I don't really know how to post it. It's so can't help you there, babes. Oh my god, if you see, I don't know if you can see, the mask is starting to tighten on my face. It's like my favorite part about this mask. It really feels like it's like getting into my pores and yanking that stuff out and helping my hyperpigmentation. Anyway, on to fruits. Fruits that I can eat. Cranberry, figs, grapefruit, guava, avocado, apple, blackberry, oranges, mangosteen, honeydew melon, prunes, lime, plums, lychee, mango, papaya, peaches, raspberries, pomegranate, apricot, red grapes, nectarine, pear, cherries, gooseberries, gallia melon, bilberry, blueberries, bananas, red wine, passion fruit, raisins, watermelon, dates, kiwi, strawberries, white wine, lemons, loquat. Herbs and spices that I can have. Cilantro, black pepper, paprika, clear vinegar, sea salt, cumin, mint, ginger, pink Himalayan salt, bay leaf, white pepper, oregano, aniseed, turmeric, parsley, basil, horseradish, tarragon, vanilla, caraway, thyme, allspice, curry, malt vinegar, clove, cardamom, nutmeg, fenugreek, I don't know, and garlic. So these are like basically like different types of beans that I can have. Lima beans, natto, lentil, broad beans, chickpeas, black-eyed peas, edamame beans, soya beans, and tofu. Meat and eggs. Moose, pork, mutton, Cornish hen, egg white, goat, bison, elk meat, turkey, egg yolk. So I can basically have the whole egg. It's just splitting it up because the egg yolk and the egg whites have different proteins in them. Rabbit, venison, hare. I'm not eating bunnies. I'm not eating bunnies over here, but I can have them. Lamb, chicken, veal, sausage, pork sausage, and bacon. So from that, I'm going to pause and give a little bit of backstory. This year, have eaten a lot of steak. And I know you can hear it says basically I can't have steak. So that's something that kind of was like an eye-opener for me, like wow, like okay, let me cut out steak and see how my inflammation goes, because I would eat steak because I would think like it's a good protein, it tastes good, it's something that I can eat, and it's kind of like quick and easy to get sometimes. So steak, beef, that's a no for me. Nuts. Chestnuts, walnuts, coconuts, pecan nuts, almonds, cashews, pine nuts, Brazil nuts, hazelnuts. Oils and fats. Coconut oil, pumpkin seed oil, goose fat, evening primrose oil, avocado oil, olive oil, cod liver oil, ghee, sesame oil, hemp seed oil, and lard. Seeds that I can eat: pumpkin seeds, hemp seeds, sunflower seeds, sesame seeds, poppy seeds, and fennel seeds. Sugars and miscellaneous: barley grass, wheatgrass, beet sugar, white sugar, maple syrup, chocolate milk, I don't know, milk chocolate. If I can eat milk chocolate and everybody's been telling me that I can't eat milk chocolate, I'm gonna have a problem with people. We're gonna have a problem. Okay. Gugar gum, honey, dark chocolate, cacao powder, molasses, and yeast. Vegetables: white onion, tomatoes, cilantro, oyster mushrooms, parsley, cucumber, Brussels sprouts, cabbage, red onion, squash, shiitake mushroom, watercress, leeks, mushroom, portobello mushroom, fennel fresh, okay, artichoke, bok choy, rutabaga, broccoli, kale, white potato, which I'm going to get into because in the inflammatory ones, sweet potato is an inflammatory one for me. But white potato isn't. I'm literally Irish. Why would white potato be bad for me? In all reality, like, I'm being honest. Like, I've loved potatoes since I was little. They've never made me feel bad a day in my life. Except for when people were trying to make me feel bad for having them. And it's all about how things are prepared also. So if a white potato is prepared in an oil I can't have, or with seasonings I can't have, yeah, it's probably going to be a little inflammatory for me. But white potatoes with seasonings I can have, in oil that I can have, is that going to be bad for me? Think about it. Think. Okay. Black olives, cassava, sea vegetables, butternut squash, pumpkin, green beans, arugula, Swiss chard, plantain, garden peas, asparagus, yellow bell pepper, garlic, carrots, celery, yams, cauliflower, zucchini, okra, green olives, red bell pepper, and hearts of palm. So I got into the mild inflammatory foods on my TikTok, but I'll just do a quick overview of them. Cereal and grains that cause mild inflammation, porridged oats, quinoa, brown rice. Which brown rice I was enjoying all of the beginning of the year because a lot of teenagers were like, oh, you can't have white rice. White rice is actually really bad for you. Come on, babe. Come on, babe. Did you test me? Did you actually dig a little bit deeper for my personal well-being, or is that just something that you're putting me under an umbrella because that's just what you're regurgitating or what you've seen benefit one person? And like I've said before and will say over and over and over again, if something benefits somebody else doesn't mean it's going to benefit me. If it benefits me, doesn't mean it's going to benefit somebody else. We are all different people. We come from different backgrounds.
Oh, nice.
And even if we come from the same background, that doesn't mean we're the same person. That doesn't mean we're siblings. Even if we are siblings, my sister does a lot of things that work for her that in reality don't work for me, and I've tried them. They don't work for me. So I'm like trying to make my camera focus a little bit. It's like really messed up. Do you think you could do me a favor?
Did you what?
I need my other battery charged because this one's almost already dead and it's only been 33 minutes, which is ridiculous to me. Why is this not focusing? It's like my camera's like, I'm almost dead, like leave me alone. Like, come on now, girl. Come on, girl. Focus. Okay. Dairy milks that cause mild inflammation. The charger's right there and then the battery's right there.
Oh, you didn't charge it?
No, I just took my other one off the charger and I plug it in and then charge it. Okay, I'll do the opposite. Dairy and milks that cause mild inflammation, sour cream, and cow milk, which, okay, that I'll give to the girls. That, obviously, probably isn't the best for anybody. Why are you being difficult with me? Come on. Come on. I love you. Come on. Come on, babes. Let's get it together. I only have a couple more things I want to chat about. Please focus on me before I get very frustrated. It's not working out for me. It's not working out for me, guys. Oh, here we are. funnier because I know that I'm not going to edit any of this out. So you're watching me mess up in real time. And probably if you watch it again, you're going to rewatch me messing up. But my hair is giving curly and then straight. Why? Don't ask me. Milk alternatives that I can't have is hemp milk. Teas that I can't have, or like basically drinks that I can't have that cause mild inflammation. Jasmine tea, which I actually love jasmine tea, and that's like not good for me, I guess. Oolong tea, so green tea, oolong tea, and black tea, they all stem and like come from the same type of tea, but oolong tea is fermented longer than green tea, and black tea is fermented longer than both green tea and oolong tea. If I'm wrong, tell me. I don't think I'm wrong. I looked it up. Fish and seafood that I can't have: whitebait, prawns, and cod. Fruits I can't have: pineapple. Who knew? Herbs and spices I can't have: sage, mace, and cinnamon. Interesting. Beans I can't have: navy beans, black beans, and kidney beans. Which kidney beans and black beans I actually would eat on a monthly basis. So, come on now. Nuts I can't have: pistachios. I would eat pistachios every day, especially at my old job, because they had like the wonderful pistachios like in the kitchen, and I would literally eat like 3 packs a day almost. Oils and fats that I can't have: flaxseed oil, sunflower oil, chicken fat, and peanut oil. Interesting. Vegetables that cause mild inflammation. Okay, so back where we left off, this is the cleanser that I was using, and if you search up the ingredients, yeah, they look pretty good, but yeah, I can't get the ingredients from here, but you'll be able to see if you, oh, no, I can, I'm going to Clear Stem's website, and I'm going to do the acne, this, the where you're able to like input the ingredients to see if it has pore clogging ingredients, and I just copy pasted. So I pasted all the ingredients that I just copied from the thing. Okay, ClearStem actually does not take the time to do a pretty good job, so let me download this other app really fast. This app called Acne Safe. It's the real deal. You can search up your food, you can search up your birth control, you can search up a lot of different things, and it'll tell you if it's good for you or not. So that was me also exposing ClearStem for not being honest, because that is the ingredient that is pore clogging, and that is what I was putting on my face for 4 months. So, and I spent almost $800 on all the skincare that I purchased from that lady. And it had nothing to do with the lady. The lady was a very sweet lady, very easy to talk to, very caring. But, you know, most people that are selling you stuff and want to service you and trying to heal you, they don't really have your best interests at heart half the time, because they want the business, you know, the business aspect of it. And then half the time, if your skin's getting worse, they're going to sit there and blame you. And it's like, but I'm using everything you told me to use, how you told me to use it, for the time you told me to use it. I also got the perfect peel from her. I got a chemical peel from her. I got microneedling done by her. A lot of different things. And lastly, when I came back to slow, I didn't want to go to any more estheticians. I didn't want to like personally see anybody. I just wanted the one facial that I do know helps at least clear out the underlayer of dirt and everything is a Hydra Perk facial, which Sephora does, and it's actually really amazing. And if you stay up to date with them, you should see some pretty good results. For me, it was hard for me to stay up to date because it was also the time I started working for Sephora, so I didn't want to work the days that I worked, then be off, have to do the things that I have to do at home, and then go to Sephora to get a facial. Like, it didn't feel like a place to relax. Like, that's literally my job, you know? So that's the last thing I tried, and now this is what I'm trying. I give myself an at-home facial with rice, and sometimes I do um, a honey mask, or I use this, which I actually invested, and I spent about almost, I think it's like $300 to $400 on this LED mask. They have a lot cheaper options out there. They just scammed me on this one, and it's too late to return it because they were like, oh, I got rid of all my hyperpigmentation, got rid of my cystic acne, got rid of this. You're a liar. But now I'm stuck with a scam, so whatever. But at the end of the day, people say, oh, LED light masks are not a scam. They're not a scam. They actually help. They do this, they do that. So whatever. We'll see. I've been consistent with it for about 2 months, almost 3 months. I do it on and off because sometimes like my inflammation would be so bad, and I'm like, you're obviously not helping me, but you'll never know until you're consistent with something, you know? And this is my second day doing the rice mask, and the rice mask is supposed to help with your overall skin complexion, tightening pores, cleaning up pores, all that. So, yeah. Today I went live on my TikTok, and I have 2 viewers. Hey guys, what's up? And I was basically recording a live the entire time that I was making my YouTube video today. But if you want to see more of me and ask me any more personal questions with an answer in real time, you can join my live every day. I'm going to be doing it. This is my second day. I've been consistent since I got my 1,000 followers on TikTok. I love you guys. Thank you guys so much. From my old followers to my new followers, it really means a lot that people want to watch my journey and support me. It honestly means the world to me. I never thought I'd be in this position, but I've really been pushing through and being vulnerable and being honest and showing myself. So that's all I can do, and it's all I can ask for people to appreciate that. So yeah, go over to that. My name on TikTok is Soul Snatcher Alice, or you can search up Acne on Wonderland also, and I'm pretty sure I'll come up. I'm the only person with that name. So yeah, if you have any comments or questions, please leave them down below, and like and subscribe. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you got to the end, I appreciate you. I promise my videos will either get longer or shorter. I'm not sure. Tell me what you guys prefer. I'm trying my best to learn how to edit, but it's hard. These influencers deserve what they're getting because this ish is not as easy as it seems. I can't put any like huge captions or sound effects or none of that. I'm just real, I'm raw, I'm here, and I'll get better. But I'm gonna take off my mask on live now. I enjoyed talking with you guys. I hope I touched on some topics that people wanted to hear about. And yeah, like and subscribe. Thank you so much for following along, and I appreciate you.